Well, hello everybody, and God, this is the second time. Okay. Welcome to the second stream ever on this channel. It's not as exciting as the first time now, is it? But I think it's working. Can you hear me? So I believe the problem with the last stream was basically that I messed with the audio track since the last time I streamed, like what each audio source, what track they were going to. And I had all on the first one selected. And I had forgotten that that was for streams, and I deselected it because I just basically thought it was clutter. So I'm going to go have and fix that again. But other than that, how's everybody doing? I'm standing on top of my tree farm in progress area. This is a ring I kind of put up here because I want this to be some kind of dome. I believe I want the bottom to have pillars arranged in a hexagonal shape. And then over here alongside this channel, this little deep channel here, I also want to have smaller pillars. There's a problem though, there's that these clouds are in the way. I do have a texture pack that turns off the clouds, or really it's more of a mod. Also, please let me know if the music is too loud. All right. Quick no mic stream, no problem, heck yeah. Already so good. Oh, what's up, Mine1001? He's a celebrity, we don't know. I want to fill this with water, and then have it all drain in the center. So you take your boat up here, you go down it, and then you fall to get down to this section down there. And there's going to be a pool down there, and a tunnel that takes you up to a water elevator that comes back up. There you go. Dude really tried to beat me and just couldn't pull it off. How embarrassing, stay in your lane there. Yo, thank you, Forrest. Thank you so much. It helps more than you know, man. It really does. Gosh. And sorry for potential police sirens if you can hear that. I'm in a new place. I write down everybody who's ever donated to me. I've always done that, and I will continue to do that, so thank you, Forrest. I sincerely appreciate it. I've been living very cheaply recently. Alright. Now that that's all out of the way, I want to see if I can get some pillars up here. And I had some before arranged in a circular formation, but I didn't really care for the look of it, so we're going to try again. Well, thank you for joining the membership, Runko Dunkel. Appreciate you. Greetings from Germany. I'm doing good. How are you? Oh, thank you, Marty. Your voice is sublime divine. You're an amazing content creator. Thank you. I try my best. I really, really, really do. Sometimes I try new things here and there. But I'm just glad that people like it. You know. And I will write you down as well. I appreciate that a lot. Okay. Very real. Mad Cash. Alright, I want to pick up some resources. I want to pick up some obsidian and some stone slabs. Now here's a question I'm going to pose to all of you. Okay? I can spend this stream working on this, or I can do something else of your choice. I don't mind. It's whatever you guys would like to see. I can pick things I can to do off of a list. I have a little bit of a list. I can farm, I can cut trees. Oh, whatever. I could just give you a little short world tour, although next week I am planning on uploading an actual world tour. A 1-year anniversary world tour. Tomorrow will be a normal alpha video, of course, but that's just something to look forward to. See how much of this stone I could fit in me. There we go. And a little bit of dirt just for scaffolding. Perfect. Oh. Thank you so much for the $5. I missed it. Oh my goodness gracious. Hold on. Hold on. Thank you, Theo. Appreciate your $1. Very much. I almost got it. Put me on that list. Heck yeah, CV. Appreciate your $5, man. You are on that list. One day I feel like I should do something with it, and I will. Another day, though, because it's probably going to be a bigger build. Monks, you need to work on something that isn't close to finish and you have ignored for a long time. What could that possibly be? Because it's probably a lot of things, really. Love the big stone structures, but I've always felt my world lacks some color. Although maybe that's what made it good. You know something? I kind of feel similarly. Like, I make a lot of stone things. recently today I was scrolling through the Golden Age of Minecraft subreddit, and some guy had posted some like condo build he made in alpha, and it was stone, of course, but he included a little bit of logs as a color accent, and I really liked it a lot actually. So I would like to build something inspired by that in my city. Yo, thank you so much, Luke Hayward, New Zealand. Ooh, I'd like to go to New Zealand someday. Hey, from New Zealand and get me on the list. Oh, I was right. You are on the list. I appreciate you, man. And Xeno Sala, $20. Goodness gracious. You guys are way more generous than you need to be, I think. But not that I don't appreciate it. Seriously, these videos stay playing on my PC 24/7. I hear your voice more than my girlfriend's. This money is from her, though, so I guess it cancels out. I guess you're right. All right, perfect. Thank you so much, man. And to your girlfriend as well. Mr. Walrus asked if I would ever play Minecraft with my girlfriend again. And the answer is yes. I actually do want to do a series with her where I take her through every update in Minecraft, starting from Classic. And I really wanted to do that. So, you know, hopefully we can start recording that sometime soon. Azerbaijan. I don't know how to say that. I hope I did it correctly. No cap, your current tree farm lack. It is. It is. It is. It is. That's why I'm here. I'm here to improve. Longest writing a list would be asking for the list to be released in 20 or so years. Imagine all the lives who would be destroyed if I released the list. No, Mike, I can't do that. Gosh, I don't want to expose the people on the list to the trauma or whatever. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that. I want to put the pillars. I'll put one here. Okay, I thought about this earlier, if you can't tell. I'll put one here. One there. When is the new Vintage Story coming out? Week after next week. That's how it's gonna go. Just because, first alpha stream. That's kind of what I'm known for. I wanted to have a stream this week. I would have had a Vintage Story video out, but maybe I should have done that this week. Oh well, it's gonna be a normal alpha Let's Play because last week was an alpha tips video, which is really Wednesday, and next week will be the World Tour. And then after that, it will be a Vintage Story, which I'm looking forward to doing. So the reason I had just half slabs here is because I wasn't sure the shape of this thing, and if you destroy a full block of half slabs, it does only give you back one. So I was being safe and just kind of outlined it. But now I think this is a good shape. Well, the thing is that this is not a perfect circle. It's actually an oval. This is 7 blocks wide, and that is 6 blocks wide, I believe. But Lucas So Odd Guy, thank you so much. 10 euros. I think those are worth more than American dollars, right? Thank you so much. Lucas Odd Guy. Dude, thank you so much for this. It's bringing back so much nostalgia and it's something I really needed. Love your editing style, just the chill stuff I need. Appreciate that, man. I'm glad you like it. I probably won't get a lot done in this stream because I'll be busy reading the chat and stuff. That's okay. I kind of want to treat it as more of a Q&A where you guys can interact with me. I hope that's all right with y'all. All right. My thought is I would kind of mimic the pillars that were down there. That's kind of what I was thinking. But first I'm going to fill in this area. But it would be cool if there was some kind of design up here. You know what I mean? Some kind of neat little design. Maybe I'll make circles out of stone blocks or something. Here, €1 is roughly 116 USD. Oh my goodness. I'm in Canada right now. So anytime I look at something I need to buy at the grocery store in Canada, it's like, I always remind myself it's like I'm getting a discount because Canadian dollar is worth slightly less than the American dollar. Yep. By the way, Monks, I've officially adopted your base and back to beta. Fair enough. Saving it for Ryan demolishing it. Rude. You rescued it, right? Or no. You didn't rescue it, it rescued you, right? You should make an aquarium someday with blockfish. I never thought about that. I guess it's because there's not a lot of colors to work with. But you know what? An aquarium with blockfish, I could do gold, make goldfish. It'd be expensive, but it'd be cool, right? That's a good idea. I should write that down. I will write that down. When I'm done, because I don't want to end up the stream by intermission. Are you actually finishing the Dirt Mansion? I would love to see how that turns out, actually. I think we're here for your commentary more than the build. Thank you. I've been kind of stressed lately with my life, just future things a lot in general. And playing this really does help keep me at ease. It's not the only thing. I have other things in my life, of course. Recently, I went to a national park in Quebec. So beautiful. I wasn't expecting it. I just kind of wanted to like drive into nature somewhere. And it's so cheap. The best thing about national parks is they're always so cheap. They're very easy to go to. I love that. I had a lot of beautiful views. In the next video, tomorrow's video, which will be a little shorter than normal, I'll probably share some photos and stuff like that. Huh, I kind of like this design. I'm going to go with this. All right. Minecraft Alpha is relaxing this thing. Is that it is? That's why I play it. Let me know if the music is like too loud or something. If it is. What am I building? I am building a tree farm. It doesn't look like a tree farm because it's very ornate. But I kind of wanted a cathedral, castle type building here for a while. And then the roofs and the walkways on top would have trees growing on top of it. So it would be efficient. I guess if you could call it that. I don't know. Interesting. Okay. I just realized there's not a really good way to cross over from one side of the channel to the other. You really have to walk all the way around, don't you? Sent one Mahjong Blonsky gift membership. Oh my goodness. I didn't know you could do that. Who'd you send it to? Thank you, though. That's very nice. A-level results say it's coming up soon. Nice to finally something to relax and calm down to. A-level results. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. By the way, I'm going to do a little bit of promotion for you, Tori. Tori has started a old Minecraft forum called Retro MC, and I love it. I haven't been on forums in so long, but I went to her forum that she made like a few days ago, and it's great. It's a throwback, and I like it a lot more than Reddit. I'll be honest. I'm kind of sick of using Reddit all the time for forum-related things. So it's very cool. I think that you should join it. I'm sure she'll put a link, if necessary. I wonder where this goes. Over here, right? Yeah, right here. Perfect. I hate cave noises. I like cave noises. Oop. Lead. $10. I love lead. My favorite seasoning. $10. Luca really said it. I've been needing slower paced content like this for a while. It's been great following the journey in this world. I'd love to hear some tea suggestions from you. Cheers. Boy, do I have some tea suggestions for you. And thank you very much, by the way, for the lead donation. Yeah, so when I first started drinking tea, it was lemon ginger. That was the first one I ever really drank or was ever really interested in. Of course, I had like Southern tea. Like if you ever go down south, like what you would call South of America. Not South America, but the southern part of America. Tennessee, Kentucky, around that area. Sweet tea is served everywhere, and that's really just a really cheap, I think it's Assam. Like Assam, it's not even Camellia sinensis. And it's like Lipton or Arizona or whatever. And they serve it cheap, and then they just fill it with sugar, and it's actually really good. It's a very traditional thing to drink down there. I love that. That was always my experience growing up. But when I got sick, I would have lemon ginger tea. When I was young, my mother would make it for me. When I was older, I started making it for myself, and I realized how much I really, really liked it. And I just kept drinking it after I got better, So I realized I really liked tea. When I was going to the grocery store to buy more, I saw there was all these different options. So I decided to pick up Earl Grey. And Earl Grey was great. And it's an authentic tea flavor. It is actual tea. It's actual tea leaves. Instead of being, like just herbs. And herbal tea is great. I love herbal tea. But I do love the flavor of actual leaves. So I'd say those two are my recommendations. If you're starting out, I would try those two. For sure. And someone else gave me a donation, and I gotta read it, but I missed it because I was deep into my childhood right there. Apologies. Sarah Barra, $5. Thank you. Xenos GF here. You donated to me twice. Goodness gracious. Just wanted to say we really enjoy watching your videos. Thanks for bringing back the nostalgic times back. Thanks for bringing the nostalgic times back. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sarah Barra. I'll be writing you down. And I certainly appreciate it. We'll keep that in mind. Gotta start my TIOC for real. I like tea a lot. I mean, that's clear. I never got into it for health reasons. I just thought it was relaxing. But it definitely does have some health benefits. I used to drink soda all the time. I would get a free pop because I worked at Subway. I'd drink pop constantly. I'd get a whole thing of it. Dr. Pepper, mostly. But the more I had it every day, because I wasn't allowed to have it all the time when I was a kid, the more I had it every day, the more I realized it just kind of made me feel sick, which was weird, right? Because it was something I always looked forward to when I was younger. But the more I had it, the more sick I got of it, and tea was the perfect substitute. I used to also drink coffee all the time. I would go to the coffee shop and just get like black coffee because I didn't have a coffee maker and I didn't know any better. That too is something I got out of because I think it messes with my gut. I have so many kinds of teas. I just bought 5 new kinds of teas in Quebec City. That I went to this basement marketplace. It's like Asian basement marketplace. Found some really good oolong stuff. I found milk oolong, which is popular oolong in like China, but it's something that's kind of rare in the US and Canada, I think. I haven't had it since several years. It's very good. No coffee maker was your problem. Yeah, probably. Look, I didn't mean to misspell it. Don't clown on me. So sorry. I'm gonna try Greek mountain tea. I brew it with honey. No. You know something I saw? I saw Sultan, what is it? Sultan grain jahar. There's like some kind of green tea with jahar grains in it. I had like a marketplace recently, and I was very curious about it, but I wasn't sure if it's just like normal tea. Green tea. Cool, you're live. This is a first for me. It's a first for me on this channel. Actually, no, it's a second. Alright, let's build up a little bit. Let's build these pillars in. I want to build them kind of similar to the ones down there. You have a bad experience with tea. In 2015, I was very bad and the tea was a bad flavor. I take a sip and I never drink. Today I drink tea every day in the morning. That's good. You could be overbrewing it. I mean, that's totally possible. Mr. Polonsky is live. What am I building? I'm building my tree farm. Try my best, really. You know, I have 200 viewers. I've never had 200 viewers in my life. Goodness gracious. I really appreciate it. It's exciting, you know? I wanted to try a little harder for this one. Look at those. This is coming together. I like that. Now that I've started those pillars, I know where they're going to be. I want to figure out where the pillars are going to be on this side. And I think I'm just going to keep this really simple. I'm just going to do normal blocks, 2 wide all the way down. I don't know if I'll end up regretting that and changing my mind. It's very possible. I don't have any wood or a crafting table. This is an emergency. I was thinking about getting into tea. Any advice? Start with herbal tea. It's very easy to get into. Make sure you use honey. You know, lemon ginger, Earl Grey is like a step up from that, I think. But herbal tea is really easy for a manufacturer to get right, so I would recommend. Amazing how fast this channel grew. Yeah, certainly. I have realized something. All the hour-long videos I've been uploading are not doing well. And the reason that is because, you know, not anybody except someone who's already a fan is going to watch them. So I talked about this a while ago. I want to alternate because it is also a big workload on me. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be hopefully a shorter video. And then I would like to alternate 30-minute videos one week, or next week. We'll see. All right. Let's craft some slabs while I'm here. I do want to upload on my other channel too, my main channel, or what was once my main channel. I've had a BTA iceberg video on the back burner for ages. I really want to get it done. Oh, hello, Allison. She's right here with me, actually. She's just being quiet. All right. The long ones are, yeah, I like the long ones. The pacing is like more suitable to what I make, but short ones are fun too. They don't put as much pressure on me, for sure. So that's why I want to alternate. I want to do both. I like that so far. It's not too big, right? Bought your membership, they have the extended cuts, and I hope you like them because, yeah, I hope you like them. I hope it's worth the price. What I don't like about the membership thing is that it shows all the extended videos on my homepage, even if you're not a member. And it's not like I want to hide them, but it's more like I don't want it to seem like I'm paywalling half my content when it really is just less edited stuff. And some people, they'll say like, why are you paywalling your content? I'm like, I'm not really, you know, I'm just... I'm offering the less edited stuff. Like, you're getting to watch the best stuff, the refined stuff, you know? I don't know. It's kind of hard to do. Luke Hayward, again. Goodness gracious. I say that a lot, don't I? New Zealand, $8.99. I personally totally love the long-form videos. Just sitting down for an hour watching is so peak. I'm glad you like them. One of the things I'm really proud of making was that 12-hour supercut. I kind of always wanted to do that. When I started making videos, or like into it, I wanted to make that 12-hour supercut. I want to really fill out YouTube's like length, and it was kind of fun, like going through and making it, cutting all the other parts out and making it so it's actually one continuous video instead of you know, several. Getting all the intros out, getting all the outros out, cutting all the repeated information. And that's something that also made me realize I don't want to keep repeating information in my videos all the time. I was doing it for people who were new to the channel, but I realized it's really probably not necessary to do. I think that people can probably figure out what's going on if they're first-time watchers. You know what I mean? Yeah, anyway. I created my membership this Stone Milk Oolong. Thank you, Marty. I appreciate you. You like that change? I like that change too, honestly. Still figuring things out. Still figuring out what to do best. Oh, you guys want to hear something? I don't know if I should talk about this, but I got offered another sponsorship today. Literally just like earlier today. I'm not going to take it. I already made a promise not to do that. I don't know, I just think it's funny. Because I feel like I've been very transparent. I think I say it in all my videos now. I'm not doing sponsorships. And I still get them. It's just so bizarre, right? Whatever. It's, you know... Appreciate the gesture. Not interested. You know, I don't want to sacrifice that kind of principle that I have when it comes to these videos being relaxing and uninterrupted. You know what I mean? Except for tea breaks. I think those are suitable interruptions for this channel. When Joseph Anton, MX $50. Is that pesos? Yeah, it is, right? Hi, I really love your videos. I love watching them while I do stuff. You're one of my favorite creators in the platform. Wow, thank you. Greetings from Mexico. Thank you very much. Tea sponsorships? Maybe on the Monster channel, but not on this one. I've already made a promise not to do that. Maybe I'd sell my own tea. You know what I mean? I say, you know what I mean, quite a lot. You know, I do say a lot of things. A lot. I have a lot of repeated phrases that I make. I cut them all out because I feel like they're annoying. I don't realize it when I'm doing it. So Joseph Anton, I'll be writing you down for sure. Thank you, sir. What if a tea company offered one? Yeah, same thing. Other channel, I would do it. Not this one. I've already made the promise. I don't want to go back on that. But I would do it on... I have two channels, thankfully. Like, I can do it. I would do it on the other channel if I felt really good about who it was. You know? But I'm a small creator, and small creators don't get offered the best opportunities, the safest, or the most above-board things. They're usually preyed on by smaller stuff or more scummy stuff. So that's just how it goes. So sometimes I think about starting my own tea company, but I don't even know how I go about that since I don't own a tea farm. I'd just be buying and reselling it, and that feels like not great. You know, that isn't. I don't know. There's ways that can be helpful. A lot of people aren't going to buy tea in bulk. Like if I bought 100 pounds of tea, no one's going to do that, right? But if I do that and then I repackage it into smaller things, then I think that would be okay. Of course, I would. It's a whole other thing, you know. That's not what I'm trying to do with my life. I would love to grow tea one day, actually. Started watching your vids a few days ago. I like the content, dude. Not gonna lie, I like the older Minecraft videos. Me too. I guess we have that in common, huh? What you really need to start selling is energy drinks and make sure to market towards children. That is a great idea. All the other YouTubers are doing it. I guess I should be doing it too, right? Okay, so. I think if I did, and I was kind of lining up pillars before. Believe if I put a thinner pillar where the blocky pillar normally would be, which is where? Right here, right? Oop. Right there? No, I had it right the first time. Right there. Yeah, just a thinner pillar so I have more walking room over here. I think that would be better. The video where you talked about not doing sponsors, I was zoned out and heard Raid Shadow Legends and then realized you weren't doing a sponsor. Yeah, God, who plays that, man? Who plays Raid Shadow Legends? Not me. But that's not fair because I don't play anything else besides this and Vintage Story. I like Terraria 4 times a year. It happens that way. Lunchables ripoff that was filled to the brim with mold. Why? I mean, it's so easy to be a legitimate business owner. It's so easy. I don't get it. Why didn't they just do it the right way? You know, why not? Barrett Wolf 95. 5-year-olds hailing from Wales. Ooh, Wales. Love your content, dude. Both on this channel and your main. Love the chill vibes that they give off. Can't wait for BTA content. Yes, me too. I'm ready to get that out there. Thank you so much. Misspelled your name. So sorry. Misspelling it. So I have fat fingers. I don't have fat fingers, but I have a small phone. How about that? That sounds better, right? Slightly more flattering. Join my clan when they're sponsoring Raid. Do you think those guys actually use that clan? No. No, they don't. There's your answer. Alright, let's see. I remove this slab. That should be here. Bye-bye. I'll just put some temporary dirt scaffolding. Alright. I believe that's accurate. I kind of wanted these to be smaller. Not smaller. Lighter in color. You know what I'm talking about? These are a darker color, the stone, and I'll probably have a little bit of cobblestone mixed in there. But these over here I would do, I think, slabs. But we'll see. Yo, Monster, I've got a question. Are you ever going to return to making Beta 173 content on your original channel? Or are you giving up and stop making Beta 173 content as a whole? No, I have a lot of ideas written down about it. I do. It's just, what can I handle at any given moment? That's really the real question. And I'm not going to do lighter, I'm going to do darker, because it'll match those. And the ground is already slabs. Okay, not too bad, right? Mong doesn't have a second monitor exposed. I do. What do you mean? What's this guy talking about? Alright. So these are generally 6 to 7 blocks apart. I'm wondering if I can keep that spacing up here, or if I need to shorten it. I might need to shorten it. I kind of just want to make the best of it. I want to wrap around this backside here. Gosh, the snow has completely covered everything. There we go. I've fallen off this I've fallen off of here quite a lot, actually. Was all that obsidian manually collected? No, I have an obsidian farm. It's actually an obsidian AFK farm. So if you make a normal cobblestone generator, but you put in redstone dust right before it turns into cobblestone, it'll actually turn into obsidian because it transfers over data values due to a bug. So I'm able to do that, stack them real high on top of each other, and then mine them all down in an AFK session. So it's like the only thing I do AFK. I don't go AFK very often. I did go AFK recently. I mean, besides getting this obsidian, which was actually a while ago. I did go AFK recently to grow a bunch of grass and a passive mob farm that I'm going to show off in tomorrow's video. Assuming that gets done at a reasonable time. Okay. Let's look at 5, right? The difference of 5 blocks between each pillar. Can I make that work? I don't really feel like counting and doing math. I'm just going to place it and see if it turns out well. You know what I mean? That was scary. It looks like no. I'm left with 3 blocks over on this side. I don't like that. Finally, the mob farm is getting made. Oh, it's been sitting around for a while. Absolutely. Did I have to mine it by hand? Yes. But I did it AFK, so I guess it's... Does that count? I don't know. Yeah. It's a chill method. I'm not super hung up. I like adding as much detail as possible, especially in this build. But I am not super hung up on having it looking a certain way in the end, you know? I know what I want it to be. I want this to be a hallway with the water in the center. I want there to be pillars. I want there to be a dome here. I want there to be walkways out to terraces or terraces, whatever you want to say, with trees on it. I want to have some pillars down here and big windows. Like, I know what I want. I don't necessarily know how I want it to look, but I know what I physically want. And that helps, I think. Let's try 6 blocks if that helps. With the spacing at all. It's nice and quiet up here, you know, there's no mobs. Mongester is so majestic. Moss Hive Network. Whoa, Monster Alpha is majestic. You're right, it is. Good to see you. Alright, let's see if... Oh no! How did I didn't even scroll my wheel! Oh no! Alright. How can I get started on doing my own Minecraft videos? I'm not doing those wacky edits. I don't know. I just started recording. When I first started, I was planning on using these videos to kind of practice my monologuing skills a little bit. Like being able to talk a long time without interrupting myself, without making a mistake, and keeping the conversation interesting. And this is so close to working. Dang it. Well, it is close to working, but you know what? I don't really care because look at that. It's so close. So I'm just going to make it work. Evil obsidian block of wasting time. Yeah. Yeah. Last pillar will just be right here, I think. Where was it at? I had 3 blocks left on this side, I think, when I was doing 5 between, so this is going to be the best I think I can do. But over here, I could try out 7 block wide. You know what I'm talking about? So I have a comparison. This is kind of what I usually do when I'm playing. I just kind of test out designs with dirt. Any places you draw the way you detail from? Sometimes I look at real life buildings. Places that I visited, I get inspired sometimes. I'll look at other builds on the Golden Age subreddit, but this one here, I'm mostly freehanding. I'm just, like I said earlier, I know what I want it to do. I just don't necessarily know how it's going to look. Not yet. And 7 blocks is too much, so we're gonna stick with this one. It's the best I can do at the moment. Okay. Evan Duvenel, 750. Big dog. Your Vintage Story videos have inspired me to try that game again, and it's so addicting. Love the videos, both Vintage Story and Minecraft. Keep it up. It is so addicting. It really, really is. It's so satisfying. I don't know. Like, when you do something, it's so satisfying. Are you really Monster anymore if your Mahjong Blonsky is your biggest channel? Yeah, because I start every video with Monster, I guess. And it's also the name of my Minecraft account. I'm gonna write you down, Evan Duvenel. Thank you very much. I need to take a drink of water. If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna mute myself real quick and take a big sip. Okay. Was it a 6-block difference? It might have been. I don't know. It's too late to figure that out now. It would be funny to abandon the Monster name. You know something I want to do one day? I want to start an off-grid YouTube channel. I don't know if it'll necessarily be off-grid, so maybe like a homesteading thing, but I would like to do that. And I don't want to have vlogs. I'm not a vlogger, but I would like to maybe just videos where I talk about something, or videos where I show how I do something or live a little differently. Right now I'm in a very densely populated city, so it's kind of the opposite of what I'm experiencing at the moment. But you know, one day I would like to live in nature, and I don't think I would keep the name Monster. Not at all. Not at all. I don't know what I would call it. Maybe Ginger Off Grid. How about that? What year was this world started? Last year. 363 days ago. Exactly. That's when it was started. Did I screw that up? I did. Did I see something? I feel like I just saw something ducked behind that pillar. Am I crazy? I think I'm crazy. Ed Sheeran off grid? Oh no. I could make these ones in the back full pillars. I'll do that. Tori, member for 2 months. Definitely going to head off for bed now. Have a good stream. Keep being awesome. Thank you so much. And everybody, please go check out the new forum that she has set up, Retro MC. I'll probably link it at some point in my own Discord channel, Discord server. If you're not part of that, you should definitely join. I leave a link in all my videos. Thank you, Marty the Turtle, again, for your generosity. $5. I co-own 40 acres of land in the middle of nowhere, and it's so nice to go to every so often. It's quiet, soft in a way, but so lovely. That sounds awesome. Oh, thank you, Griffin. That is the link. Everyone join, please. It's totally worth it. I would love to have that. My parents have 60 or so acres of land, but it's, I don't know, it's not very rural. Or it's like by a bunch of farms, I guess. It's certainly nicer than living in a city, in my opinion, but it's not quite what I want. Alright, time to obsidian it up. Just joined? Thank you so much. What's an advice you would give to someone right now, not knowing where his life should go? I don't know. If you're not knowing where your life should go, if that means, you know, if you have a job or you don't have a dream job, maybe you have, you know, a college major, or maybe you're not interested in it, or maybe you don't even know what you're going to do for university, or if you're even going to go. My advice to all humans is to get back to nature. I think it's just kind of silly, but, you know, that's obviously not for everyone. I think, and this is going to be kind of opinionated of me, I think that we are consuming so much these days, it's hard to think outside of that. And I can't tell you what you should do or what you should start doing, but I can tell you maybe how you can help find yourself, or help find what you want to do, right? And maybe that's spending less time consuming things, just in general, media, internet, and start thinking. Like, there's a reason we call shower thoughts, like we have the best thoughts in the shower. It's because it's the only time we're not consuming something. And I don't mean to be negative. It's just how the world works. But I think I have my best thoughts when I'm not consuming something. So I think that if you spend less time doing that, maybe you'll start to find out what you really like or what you really want to do, or have some time to mull it over. That's my only advice. It's not amazing advice, and I'm not a guru. I'm certainly not a guru. But I would recommend it to everyone generally, especially if they were kind of lost. Get down here for like glass. But I don't have much of this, do I? That should be enough. A little bit more stone, and definitely more cobblestone. I'm running out of this. We have 246 viewers. That is amazing. 246. That's crazy. Goodness gracious. Someone who's mostly out of your situation, my advice would be to set up small, achievable goals. That's also a great idea. Brushing once a day, folding my clothes once a week. Yeah. Be on top of your stuff, you know? Hard for me to do, even as an adult, you know? I want to have a good sleep schedule, but that's hard to maintain. I'm trying. I woke up at a good time today, I think. You know, making a meal for every day, cooking, not spending money. That's just a habit I want to have. Yeah. Actually, I was late to the stream because I was at a creek with my mother. She saw a teenage deer and a snapping turtle. Very nice. Very good use of your time, I think. Or animals, right? You know? People are animals. It's a very hippie thing to say, but it's true. Okay, well, I have this layout. So that means I can build up these pillars and then start working on some kind of roof. Now below, I had a spiral pattern etched into these stone pillars made out of cobblestone. And I'm going to continue that here, but I guess the question is, where do I start it? And the answer is I should start it all from the same direction, the same spot. Golden oyster mushrooms before. I don't know if I've ever found them. Tried them before, they're very tasty. But from a grocery store. Here's my problem, this is in the clouds, and while that's a really cool effect, it is kind of annoying. So I can turn it off. It is possible I can turn it off. Alright, we are going to free ball this. Freehand. We're going to freehand this. And figure out how tall I really actually want this to be. Because I don't know. That's one length, the spiral that went all the way around. There. Right? One length of a spiral. I should go 2. Let's just do 2. Ajam Blonsky, still trying to learn French? I have tried to learn a little bit of French. I'm not great at it. I deleted Duolingo because I guess they were doing some crap with AI that I didn't like. I mean, that's not a very... Oop. I think I went past where I was supposed to. They're generating the questions with AI, but mostly because I think studies ended up showing that they don't actually help you learn languages very well. The name of the World Height mod. It is a mod that was actually custom made for me, but it is available to download on my Discord server. If you join, there's a channel that has you know, downloads for all my mods that I use. Plus, you can just download my instance. So I learned a little French. God, I'm really drawing a blank right now. I'm really drawing a blank at the moment. I was gonna say a little bit of it, but one I use a lot is merci. You know, bonjour. Just those like really simple greetings, like excusez-moi. What is it? Like, there's one that's like, how are you doing? But I can't remember what it is because it's been a while since I used it. It's like, you know, ça va bien or something. Comment ça va? Right? Comment ça va? That kind of thing. I'm learning it. It's a memorization game. I need to be on top of it more for sure. Come on. There we go. I like these. Dang, those are imposing. That's quite cool. To join Discord for the mods, thank you very much, Griffin. Parlez-vous? You know what other instance you can download? That's right, Beta Unleashed, the best way to play Beta 173. It's a mod pack that I had minimal input on, but I really wanted it to be made. And No Mike made it, Telvaros made it, another developer called Danny helped create it, and it's uses Station API. It's very good performance, takes a little bit longer to boot up, but it runs very well. So I would recommend it. It's available on the Beta Unleashed Discord, which I guess you can link that if you really want to. But yeah, I'm all about trying to help people who are new to old Minecraft have an easier time playing it. I've been about that since I've started making videos. My first video I ever made was a tutorial. I've made tutorials on how to download Beta 173, how to use Beta Unleashed, the benefits it brings. And maybe I'll do an alpha one specifically one day, although the Beta 173 tutorial mostly applies to this one, or to alpha as well. You know, my stomach is grumbling, goodness gracious. Heavens to Betsy. Alright. I'm planning to go to China one day. Wow. I wonder what that would be like. China is just, I would imagine, so different from the Western world, right? I might get your girlfriend some ice cream. $1.99. I'll get her some sorbet. She likes sorbet. Thank you, No Mike. It's very generous. And I'm writing you down because I always do, right? Okay. Played Beta Unleashed. It's neat. It's okay if you don't have that one on hand. Yeah. Recommended it. There was a long time I kind of thought it would be fun to visit Korea. But nowadays, I kind of think maybe not, because, you know, I feel like stuff's going down there. Not to get political. I have a Korean family. I have a bunch of Korean family, so I really love Korean food. Big fan. Big fan. Big fan of Asian food in general. I'm not the biggest fan of, like, Anglo food, I guess. As an American, as an English person, right? Person of English descent. Not a really big fan of Anglo food. Not all the time, sometimes. Am I going the wrong way? Oh, I almost worried for a second. If I spun the wrong way around with one of these, and I don't think I have. The cloud is very distracting. Alright guys, should I turn it off? Ooh, shepherd's pie is good. It's not terribly flavorful, but it can be. Just if no one wants to season anything around here. Or if you go to a restaurant and get it, it's super good, but you know, it's just like full of butter and vegetable oil, and it's maybe not the best thing for you. Salt. Although I don't have much qualms about salt. Some people do, though. Very cool pillars. And now I'm wondering, what should I do with these pillars? That's an interesting question. I'm going to take a sip of water and think about it. Should I turn the clouds off, yes or no? Getting some mixed feelings here. No, yes, no, yes, no, no, no. No, mostly no, seems like. You've made your own tea ice cream. What tea flavor would you use? That is such a great question. It really is. I love green tea ice cream. It's a thing. And I love matcha ice cream so much. They're gotta be like my favorite flavors. They're so hard to find anywhere where I live. You know, in Michigan. In the city, they're easy to find. They're very good. I love them. I'm not going to concern myself with these pillars at the moment. I want to start building the outside area. So, tea ice cream. Earl Grey is an obvious choice, right? But I almost wonder what sweet, like a sweet oolong would be like a milk oolong flavor, like a toasted oolong. Gen matcha tea would be crazy. Green tea ice cream does exist. Matcha is better. They generally kind of similar, but matcha's like got a stronger flavor, more familiar flavor. Matcha is the only thing I'll ever order at a coffee shop because it's the one because the coffee is hard on my stomach, and matcha I can't make it at home because I don't have the stuff for it. I'm doing some thinking, I'm doing some imagining, and my imagining consists of, should I put an arch between all these pillars, or should I cap it off totally flat? I can imagine it both ways. I'm kind of thinking I should cap it off flat, and if I really want to, I'll add detail later on. That should be fine. Oh, wow. 2 at once. Hello from Hokkaido. I wanted to second the recommendation of Greek Mountain. I gotta write that down. That is the second time, right? Greek Mountain tea earlier. Drank it by the pot during a lockdown. Can't find it here, sadly. Thank you so much, though. Thank you so much, Connor. Alright, yeah, Greek Mountain tea. I'm gonna write that next to... as an entry on the list here. Thank you. Bald squared. Did I get it right? I don't know how to write squared on my phone, I'm sorry. 10 euros? That way, that's not a euro, that's a pound, isn't it? My bad. Greetings from Northern Ireland. Ooh. How are you finding doing this full-time so far? It's stressful. I'm trying to find the work-life balance that I want, you know? But it's going. I think I'm getting there. Last week, it was rough because I got back from, you know, I had a trip out to Jacques Cartier National Park, which was so gorgeous and so cheap to have a vacation to do. But, you know, I got back and I thought like, oh, I can get this Alpha Tips video done in like 2 days. And I couldn't. I ended up taking longer than that. So I don't want to be in that situation again. I want to have videos stored up, you know. I want to have videos ready to upload that I don't have to work on real late at night to finish. Okay. Dino's Euroglyph. I agree with the Captain Arch added after with details. Okay, yeah, me too. I was kind of thinking when I was looking at this, I was looking at a cathedral called St. Joseph's Oratory in Montreal, where I'm staying. It has a very nice dome on it, right? So I'm pulling up a picture of it because I just want to look at it. Oh, it's supposed to look from the top. I can kind of already picture it, so that's fine. Interesting. This is very different from that. Yeah, okay. That's not hard to do. I guess the first thing I should do is go up there and cap off these pillars and then build it from there. That's what I think I should be doing. So I don't know if I have enough stuff to do what I want, but we'll see. Montreal does have a lot of cool buildings. Quebec City has a lot of cooler buildings, for sure. It's just so expensive to do anything there. Again, there's cheap stuff to do. You know, I think you can get free tours of the Parliament building. You can go to the Plains of Abraham for free. Those are very beautiful city park. Food's not cheap. So eat outside the city or cook your own food. I like to save money. I don't want to spend a lot of money. So there's this. I want the roof to be made entirely of obsidian. That's very grand, but so because I'm going to be doing that, I think I'm going to do snow on the outline and then transition into stone slabs and then right to obsidian. That's what I think I'm going to do. I certainly don't have enough obsidian to make a full dome out of it. That's for absolutely certain. But it would be cool. I would get it later. I really wanted this structure to be done for the world tour that I was going to do next weekend. It might. Probably won't, though, because it's so huge. Oh, no, I just remembered something. This is slightly... Wait, no, it's fine. Yeah, okay. Let's light these up a little bit. I have a question. Do you like anime? Not really. I like Death Note though, but that's, I mean, most people do. I like Attack on Titan, even though they cried every single episode. I thought that they kind of got it like a little old. Also, the characters in Attack on Titan, when they would cry, man. They would. The waterworks were insane. I'm like, they're dehydrating their entire body. How do they see? I know it's stylistic choice, but still, it was kind of funny. It was a great show though. It was very violent. Yeah, I think that's all. I watched The Promised Neverland. You know what? I had an ex who was trying to get me into that. I watched The Promised Neverland. Great first season, crappy second season, and that's it. I didn't try to really do anime after that. So I don't watch a lot of shows in general. I mean, I'm trying to read more. I was watching Dexter. I haven't started the next season, which is season 4, since I finished the other one. It's been months, or a month probably, not months. I always overestimate how much time something is. We're gonna talk about second season. My understanding is that the manga, right? They were just summing it up because they didn't have the production budget, which sounds like a very familiar situation to a lot of things. I think this means I need to go down there and mine more snow, and I don't want to do that, do I? That was close. I didn't even jump. Alright, well. Seen Malcolm in the Middle? No, I didn't have TV growing up. Like, I just didn't have it, you know? I did a little bit when I was really young. But for most of my life, I just never had cable television in my house. So we'd have a DVD player. Didn't have internet, didn't have none of that. And nowadays, my family does have cable television through, like, the internet, right? They just watch it through the Wi-Fi. And I hate it. I mean, it's always on. It's always noisy. There's always a big game, you know. I'm like, you know, does it have to be on all the time? And they're like, well, you don't understand. It's the third time in football history that Jared Radcliffe has ever touched the 90-yard meter zone with a ball doing a handstand or something like that. And I'm like, well, it feels like there's always something every single game. But whatever. Football can be fun to watch. I'm not going to hate them for doing that. That's just a little joke. I don't have anything against it. It's just noisy. Like, they just watch it noisily. Maybe I picked up too many shovels? No. Any way to change the alpha advanced clouds at the normal blocky ones? I don't know. Tori was in here earlier, the developer of the mod, and she left. So I can't tell you. I imagine you just go and change the texture pack. I'm pretty sure the PNG, or just make a mod with the right file path. The PNG, I'm pretty sure, is just called fluff.png. Right? I think so. VHS tapes just have that certain feel that live TV and YouTube doesn't have. True. Remember when I was really young, I'd go up, my grandparents had it was really just a manufactured home. Up in the woods, like mid-Michigan, but it felt like I was really up north when I was a kid. It was a little cozy place. It was bear themed, you know. And they had this TV and they had a VHS player. And they had tons of VHS tapes. We'd watch them. You know, I remember watching, not a lot. I used to watch, I think, Thomas the Tank Engine on VHS. I also watched iRobot. I'm fairly certain I managed to watch iRobot on... No, that was on disc. So I don't really remember everything I saw. Of course, it was very long ago. But they did have one of those, so it was cool. Tape in general does have a vibe. Is the despawn time the same in Alpha? I believe the despawn time has never changed ever since items were given a despawn time. It's 5 minutes, right? I'm almost certain that it's never changed. Collecting snow is a real hassle. It's very inefficient. Nuke, $10. Thank you for the longer, unedited alpha and vintage story videos. It helps relax from the tough work week. Any plans on making a video for Voima? First, thank you so much. And second, yes. I hope, you know, I have plans to do a lot of things. But I really do want to make a Voima video. It's so cool. I love the feel of it. The community's cool. I like that the guy is trying to develop the whole thing by himself, essentially. But I wanted to do a dual release. You know, I wanted to start a Voima series or like a relaxing Voima build video, and on the other channel explain like what it is, like maybe make a free trailer for his game because I think it's cool. That kind of thing. Video essay and video release at the same time. One day, hopefully not too long ago. She's making a toggle for it eventually. I think. Are you talking about the Alpha Advanced stuff? Probably. The tree leaves not despawning after chopping the tree. So, leaf decay, if you ever look at the patch notes and the alphas where Notch was tinkering with it, even into the betas, he really couldn't figure out the way to do it. Either that or he thought he had figured it out and turns out not, and he thought he had fixed it, turns out not. He would just enable and disable it too a lot because he just didn't want to worry about it between updates or something. So, certain versions will have working leaf decay and certain versions won't. This version has slightly working leaf decay. In modern, leaves attached to the block, the log that they generated on, right? In beta, leaves attached to a log, any kind of log, but if they don't have a log, they will always despawn, even if you pick them up and place them back down. That's beta 1.7. In alpha, leaves will stay as long as they're attached to a block, roughly, like within a certain radius. It's confusing. So, if they're attached to the ground, they're attached to another tree, a wall or something, they likely won't despawn. I've noticed when I go to the tree farm and I break all the leaves touching all the walls and touching all the slabs that are over it, they will start to despawn and I will get a pretty high sapling yield, which is nice. But other than that, it doesn't really happen. It's tough, so I just burn them. Easier that way. I love Mahjong Blomdiki. Thank you. Feeling is mutual. Glad you're re-implementing it. Yeah. Digesting bread or something? That must be a conversation I'm not a part of. I do not live in New York City. And I've never been there, so I don't have any recommendations for you. What does the name Mahjong Blonsky mean? So, for those of you that I guess never heard me explain it, I guess I never have explained it in the videos. I made this channel when I was inebriated, and I was like, what was I doing? I don't know. It was just like joking around. And I made the name, I was kind of making fun of modern Minecraft YouTubers who make a short or a video all about one single tiny little feature. Mojang has just implemented the most amazing feature, and you won't believe your eyes. For years, Mojang has said that they will add XYZ feature, but it never happened. Over time, the community, like, I could give you the whole rant by heart, right? They all do it. So I decided I was gonna like poke fun at that a little bit. I made a channel where I faked doing the same thing. And I talk about the sniffer block, which is just a stupid joke about like, it's just it's not a real thing. I don't know. It's just like, oh, I can't wait till Mojang adds the sniffer block. A stupid inside joke. Anyway, I would say like, hey everybody, Mahjong Blonsky here. Today we're gonna go over top 10 reasons Mojang should add the sniffer block to Minecrafter. You know, like that kind of thing. The name Mahjong Blonsky is a riff on Mojang block. That's all it is. Mahjong sounds similar to Mojang. Blonsky sounds similar to block, and it kind of sounds like a last name. So there you go. That's the origin story. That's why the channel's tag is #1 Sniffer Block fan. You're exactly right. That is the that's the reason. I never bothered to change it and probably never will. I mean, if you think about the Monster channel, the PFP is just a wasp nest. And I haven't changed that in years. It's just a wasp nest. It has nothing to do with Minecraft at all. I just never felt the need to change it. Thank you for the origin story. You're welcome. Alright. Block sniffing's fine, but ever tasted block? The sniffer block? Hey, you guys want to watch me? I did this in tomorrow's video, but you guys want to watch me 360 no scope shear sheep? Wow. Torn limb from limb. What the heck? Monster, how do I quell? Besides, you know, people have tried to replace emojis with tone indicators, which I think I find worse than emojis. I don't know. I don't like it. But tone is really hard to tell, so I get why they do it. Tone is really hard to figure out over text. So I understand that it definitely has a place. I just don't personally do it because I find it weird. Because I feel like if you really know the person you're talking to, that shouldn't be a problem. And if you're doing it online, like at a forum or something, you really shouldn't be worried about it upsetting people if you're not saying anything being worth upset over. Generally, okay? Generally. I kind of want to see how this looks from afar. The emoji was so good it lagged the stream. Yeah, I saw it lag the stream. I feel like my, the bitrate is probably pretty low. I don't have any more shovels. Look at that. I've really just been putting up pillars and talking. That's okay, right? I'm trying to imagine how this is going to look. I wanna line this spot with obsidian. Or do I? That's a tough decision. That's a tough decision. God. I want to say that the best upload speed I've ever had has been in Canada. At home, with my family, where I live. You know, not all the time, but there it takes like 2 hours, sometimes 2.5 hours to upload a video. Here it takes like 30 seconds. It took me 30 seconds to upload yesterday's video. It was crazy. The repercussions of an epic MLG no scope. Yeah, I think you're right. I shouldn't do that again. Should not. Alright. Doing good over here. I think I forgot torch. Here's something I don't like about the current design. It's that this line is obviously very highlighted. It's very noticeable. And the fact that it's noticeable makes it stand out a lot. So I feel like it should have a little more flair. If you see down there, the line wiggles a little bit. It has this cool border pattern. That's what I should be doing here, but vertically, not flat, right? So this is just, at the moment, going to act as a guide for how this is going to really end up, I think. And then I might try to spice it up some. So that's my idea. But yeah, that's kind of how I think about building. Stream buffer with unforeseen consequences. So sure. Monster, can you give me a little bit of insight into the creative process behind the masterpiece film When You Find a Golden Apple at Pit 1/7? I didn't think anyone watched that. Okay, sure, I'll give you insight into that. Why not? The insight is that I found a golden apple on the back to beta server, which I am no longer a part of. And underneath, like, spawn, I was crazy. I got my live reaction. I really wasn't expecting to get a live reaction find of a golden apple. That's a very rare thing to do, you know. So I was very impressed, very happy with myself for doing this. That shouldn't be there. So I thought it'd be a great opening to Back to Beta Chapter 5. And I thought, I don't think I watched any James Bond movies, but I thought it'd be really cool if I did a James Bond intro. You know, you know what they're like. Music video and things going on, so that's literally what it is. It's my attempt at a James Bond intro, but I really wasn't great at editing back then. I didn't know exactly what I was doing. Nowadays, it'd be a cakewalk to make something like that. It'd be a lot easier, but back then, I didn't, you know, I just knew how to use Premiere. After Effects really is the way to go with it. Look at that. See that little torch trail? That leads to the biggest monolith I've ever seen in my life. It's beautiful, too. Kind of wonder if I should go out there. It takes a long time. I died out there. I had good stuff. I died. And I unloaded the chunks, so the corpse should still be there. You watched it 3 separate times? Yeah. Yeah, sorry for the stream buffer. Something said something about static. The voice is cutting out of it. I hope not. This copper update is the second most useless thing behind the sniffer. Hey Monkstar, I got another question. I downloaded a user beta 173 instance, but I don't know if the mods are turned on. Do I have to turn them on in some sort of setting or something, or am I tweaking out? A lot of them are just turned off by default. So if you're using multi-MC, which you should be, and you go to the version tab, things will be checked off, things will be checked on. So some things don't work with each other. There should be notes telling you what works with each other and what doesn't. Just follow those, you'll be good. Unless you installed it incorrectly. And in that case, go to the troubleshooting forum on my Discord server and send screenshots of your version tab, you know, what Java you're using, that kind of thing. We'll try to help you out. But it'll probably be No Mike, because he helps everybody. Nice guy. Might be worth going into intermission, turn down your video and audio bitrate. Has it really been that much of an issue? I felt like it was just a flub. Have you ever seen the red square? No. Don't have Discord? Okay, well. Don't get Discord for my sake. But consider that. Make sure you're using Java 8. I have a whole tutorial on how to use instances, use these kinds of things on my other channel, so if you haven't watched that, check it out. Also, your OS affects it for sure. I was talking about how static this was, but I'm not sure how to really break it up. I can make it wavy, or I could put designs here. It doesn't have emoji we're done for. Red square from Strange House did not build? I don't know. You know what's interesting? You know the last beta player, that movie I made 2 years ago? So there was a guy, I think his name was Trony Sauce, he did a video on it, like explaining it. It was about just as long as the last beta player video. It's about just as long as it. It got as much views too, which is interesting, because that's just how that whole economy works. But, I'm gonna get down from here. But what did he do? He got the guy who made that video, the original, you know, Strange House Didn't Build video, to narrate over some parts of the last beta player film. I thought that was interesting. I don't know his name. It's kind of cool, right? A little bit of trivia. I think there's a character in the movie. It's just like a forum user who gives the main character a tip, and he narrated that guy. Which I guess that's interesting. I don't know. Add detail and verticality. Yeah, I want to do that too. I do think I'll do a wave and then add like spikes or something. But I don't want to do too much spikes. I don't want to make it too present or too thick. We'll see. We'll see. I want to combine it maybe with the slabs. All right. I'm gonna do something different, okay? I'm gonna dump everything that I own into this chest. It's about daytime. We're gonna go to the monolith. Heck yeah. You're gonna see this beauty firsthand. Thank you for the series. It has helped me during some of the toughest times of my life. The simplicity of it all, including the same ambient used every time, always gives me a sense of familiarity. Thank you. I'm glad that it helps. I'm making a mess right now. I don't know what I have waiting for me over there. We're gonna find out. I'm gonna try to put on some armor first. Might as well. Get busy living or get busy dying. So to speak. Oh, I screwed that up, didn't I? What? Oh no, it prioritized the leggings. Oh no. Oh man. I don't have enough to do. I don't have enough to do that. Shoot. Well, that's a shame. I'll just bring them with me. Have any food? No. Okay. We're gonna go anyways. Lookout world. 2 pairs of pants. Did you get a boost in views that video after that guy made a video on it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, I did. Master Carver moment. Look, I put a sign here. Torch trail to monolith. I found 2 monoliths in this world. I say found, but really I generated them by switching the seed up. But I have found 2 monoliths. I'm gonna mute so I can take a drink of water. Alright. No, I was really flattered that he made the video, and he gave me tons of credit, and I think that's the best way to do it, right? I mean, it's not like he stole footage or anything. He was transformative. It was fine. I have no problems with the video that he made. It was great. It was actually a really good deep dive, and I think he pretty much got everything right about it, because I've never been fully transparent about what that film was totally meant to be about. Like, I'll just be cryptic, and I'll just say, it's about the last person to ever play beta. Or it's about, like, I don't know, growing out of nostalgia or something. Or it's about gnomes. So, you know, that's maybe not very helpful if you're trying to figure out what it's about. But I think that he really got it. Which, you know, a lot of people took different meanings from it, which is interesting. Because if you want to tell a story like that, I mean, I didn't think too hard about it. I'll be honest with you. I didn't think that hard about what I wanted it to mean. I had an idea. I executed it. I didn't write down a list of feelings I wanted to convey. I didn't do any of that. I'd go for this pig. It was all in my head, though. Not subconsciously, but I just thought about it. You know, I didn't structure it. I wrote a script. It was a very rough and loose script on how I wanted it to go. That's kind of how I feel like famous authors. I'm not comparing myself to those kind of people. Famous authors who write a book like 200 years ago, and then we got to read it in English class, right? And the teacher makes us write essay upon essay about what this meant, what did the author mean, and you really got to think outside the box, because you can't just say what the author actually meant. You can't just say, the author meant, I don't know, deforestation is bad. You can't just say that. You got to really rack your brain and really think of something profound to say, right? Those mountains do look nice. I kind of feel that's the way that people have taken that, and that's okay. You know, I feel that authors, when they make a great work of art, they're not thinking about nearly as hard about that work of art as the people attempting to interpret it are. And that's probably just how it goes, which is interesting, right? Our world being deleted is final, and how so much sentiment is erased. Oh, yeah, I don't know about all that. Well, it could mean whatever you want it to mean. I don't care. For real, he has. Does anyone know a movie description along the lines of a boy with a bad bowl haircut? Time travel more like Rome or Egypt? No. Something that sounded like a dungeon, didn't it? Ice cave. Some things sort of come to mind. There's this old film, I think it's with Macaulay Culkin, where he goes to like a library. I hear zombies. He goes like this magic library where he gets turned into a cartoon character and he goes to all these adventures in different places. He might have had a bowl cut, so maybe that's what you're thinking. Skull confection? I don't think it's gonna happen. I was worried that it'd be one of those videos where he just goes scene by scene, describes what happened. No, he does a good job. The server operators coming with the idea of land climbing in economies was the worst thing that happened to Minecraft multiplayer. What you're trying to say is that capitalism is the worst thing that's ever happened to Minecraft multiplayer. And you might have... Was it the Page Master? Yeah. You might be right about that. I never liked that. I always hated land climbing. I don't know, it just doesn't feel authentic. I get that you can interact with people, but it's more like you have a single player world where you can occasionally interact with other people sometimes, rather than I am a part of this world and so are other people. It feels different. I've always wanted to be part, and I never probably will be because I don't have time, especially now that I'm an adult. But I always wanted to be part of a server that was anarchy, but not anarchy like, you know, the 13-year-olds, the FitMC, the oldest cave in Minecraft. Nothing like that, right? I wanted to be in a server that was vanilla anarchy, no hacking, Minecraft as it was intended to be, a blank slate, that kind of thing. Those are so hard to find, and if they're, you know, people like to hack them, because I guess it's a cultural thing or something. The voice is spot on. I love doing that voice. It's so funny. Gosh. We have to stop the Rusher friends from invading 2B2T. But actually, I spoke to Rusher, and he's a really cool dude. Yeah. There's an Eaglecraft one. Yeah. They exist. They're hard to find. On a server where everyone trusts each other, you can have that kind of thing. I've lost the torch trail. Nope. It's... Is it here? I think it's going this way. But even then, it doesn't feel authentic, because I feel that factions would arise, wars would happen, just like in normal anarchy, but it would be a pure experience, and that's the kind of thing that would be pretty cool to have. I've always wanted to do my own Minecraft Civilization experiment in the back of my mind. I've never been super passionate about it. But maybe one day. Do all stream in that voice. FitMC, are you in the room? Clown down. What does he say? He's got a catchphrase. I think it was clown down, right? I haven't watched one of his videos in years. People LARP a little bit too hard in 2B2T. I used to play that. Years ago. So long ago. Different account too, I think. What did I do? When I was very young, I think it was at the library or at Barnes & Noble. Have I lost the torch trail? Damn it. It's generally this direction. There was this book called like the Unofficial Minecraft Handbook, or the Handbook for Minecrafters, something like that. And oh, there's a torch. And that was a really cool book. And now there's like a billion of them, so it's impossible to find which one I looked at. But it had pictures of servers and just really great builds at the end of it, right? One of them was 2B2T, and it was just like a brief summation, and it was just saying like people use hacks to spawn in lots of cobblestone or something. And I'm like, okay, sounds cool, sounds scary. I didn't even know how to join a server when I was like at that point in my Minecraft experience. That was very early on though. How come I hate him? A lot of people hate him because, well, I don't know. He's a content creator and he kind of pretends to be a tough guy, and he kind of pretends to be, what, like, preventing new people from joining 2B2T is like this really great cause or something. But then he is himself causing an influx of people to join 2B2T because of his videos. So it's a little hypocritical. He lies a lot. You know, someone who would really be able to tell you about this, if you ever get a chance to talk to him, is Mine1001, because he's like a 2B2T veteran that I am acquainted with. I'm pretty sure he's killed Fit on a few occasions. Even on stream, he killed Mine once. Do you have that book? You may not have that book. You may not have the one I'm talking about because so many books have very similar names to that, you know? It doesn't have a brown cover, it had a white cover. Never understood the Total Anarchy servers. The point is not necessarily that, like, your stuff could be destroyed. It's more like it simulates society and chaos and factions and that kind of thing, and it feels like there's real stakes because your builds, the stuff you put effort into, you don't want to lose those things, right? So that's why people like it. I think that's the reason why people like it. Kid named Q? Yeah. Have you thought about doing cameos? Oh, wait. Wait. I haven't said foot here in a long time. I haven't even explored this entire monolith. It's so massive. Look at this thing. Now you can see a little bit better because it's getting dark. You can see it better in twilight, dusk. You have no idea. This thing is huge. It's actually 2 monoliths. And there's like a valley through the center. I did change my world seed. Someone said something about cameos. I've done cameos. I have. In Snowman 64 videos, pretty much that's it. I've done cameos in his videos. I did talk to Dalco about making like doing a stream together or something, or a video together. I never really made any moves to make that happen. I think we would do it. We've done it before. You know, years ago. I've streamed with him. I've made videos with him. Look at that. Now we're entering the Garden of Eden. Look at that. I think, I don't know if it's this one. I made an effort to surround the entire base of this monolith with torches, and it took so long. Because this thing is so huge, man. Bridge them, bonus points to do so with boats. Deadbeats. Nice. But, I mean, there's these spikes here. This just goes on and on and on and on. There's a big lake in the middle. There's forest around all the edge. There's a little cove right there. You can take it and go underneath. Which I will soon. Monolith Generation is so wacky. No, it would take me like an hour to walk around the whole thing. Absolutely. Maybe you can see this. I wonder where I died. I don't remember. I know I did, though. I know that I died and I left a corpse over here. Can I give you a second chance? Okay. I look at the moon. This was a single, like, solitary monolith that just is kind of right here, in between them both, that I decided I'd hollow out and make into a house. Oh, later, Tori. Yeah, you need it. Oh, look. Yay, it's back. Nice. It's still here. And my diamond sword. Oop. Good catch, good catch. Oh my goodness. I fell off right there, I think. I must have fallen off trying to get like a picture of what this place looked like from the outside. Well, now I can finally get a picture of it. It looks really cool. A railway around it would be amazing, and I definitely want to do that. That looks cool, right? Almost made the same mistake again. Alright. Let's go inside. I feel like I should turn off the cloud for this. Series, it's Hilda Franco. Don't die again. Look, I was cooking. Here's the inside. I was working on this place. Just carving it out. Oh, I had found some clay. Nothing super fancy. But, you know, good materials to have. I'm gonna mute myself for this. The thing I was most upset about at the time was the diamond sword because I just didn't have a lot of diamonds. How did I force it to generate? I looked at seeds in the monolith finder tool, random seeds, which I linked in the alpha tips video. And I found one that had monoliths like somewhat close to spawn. I'm like, dang, I should and I should put those in my world. It'd be awesome because I looked at my world seeds and they were none, right? So, man, it feels like I was just here recently, but it really was a long time ago. Wow. Should I turn off the clouds for this so you can see it a little better? What do you guys think? I'll do what you guys think I should do. Any advice for starting an alpha world? You should watch my alpha tips video. That's my advice. Yeah, thank you for watching them, Brian. I'm not reading that, Wolfo. Oh, look at that. Toolkit. There's a way to go to the very top. Turn them off, leave them on, keep them on. Goodness. I should at least relog because I've loaded a lot of chunks, right? I don't want to run out of memory and screw things up, so. Oh yeah, plug in for advice. That's a cool view, right? And I love that because of the height mod, trees will spawn up here. It'll be cool little forests. It's too bad that it got dark when I got here, but the moon is going down. I'll just stay up here and wait for it to go down. I'll read the chat and answer questions. My building inside the monolith. I wasn't here for the first hour. The first hour I was doing something else. I just got here. It's a long walk. I don't know how long it was. I'll see you later, Sarah, not Sarah. Do you have 256 height for beta 173's jar mod? I don't know. I don't know what my opinion is on that. I don't know what that is. Bridge, you know you want to. Perfect tree farm location. I definitely do want to. I definitely do want to. I want to make like it'd be so cool to have like a dwarven kingdom inside these. I have a lot of ideas. It'd be cool to have just like a complex on top of one of these because it's so flat. Put up a village down here. I forgot about this. But one of my main goals with getting all the farms done, besides having the city center, in the center of my world, the big city, was to build a rail line and be able to come out here. And be able to really, truly come out here and develop it. Because it's so far away. It's very hard to do. I'm totally isolated. I mean, I can only bring an inventory's worth of stuff at a time, and it's a very long, arduous journey. I'm not even going to walk back. I'm just going to kill myself and put everything in chests. Here comes the moon. No mobs will spawn up here. I don't think they will. Relogging. I will once I turn the clouds off, but I want to kind of get a look at it with the daytime. Because it'll be cool. Because we're above them, you know? Cloud Kingdom out of wool? Yeah. I don't do that. I don't raise up my arms and say cinema. 216 viewers is a lot, you know. I've never had that many. I feel like I got food. How convenient. The first time I ever used this ambient soundtrack, I was making a tour of this monolith area. And that's on the Monster channel. That was, you know, about a year ago. But I liked it so much that when I started doing my series on this world, this first video I just did like some generic Tomodachi Life music, which I liked. But after that, I switched to this, and I thought it suited it much better. What's up, Novafire? I never watched the Oxcast. I never had internet growing up. I was never able to do that kind of thing, unfortunately. Sounds like it was a great childhood, though. Alright, here we go. Dawn. There's so many things I could build over here. All your suggestions are great. There are so many things I could do. I have so many ideas. The ideas for this world never end. I had a really cool idea, I think, for underneath the monolith. I wanted to go under and clean it up, get rid of all the gravel everywhere, and build like a research station. Because it's such a unique area. You don't see anything like that in any version of Minecraft naturally generated. Only this one, I think it's Alpha 1.04 to this one. Maybe earlier. But you don't see that in any other version of Minecraft. The view that you get from under the monolith, let alone above, you just don't. Oh, a slide would be cool. Imagine a water slide with like you get on a boat. That'd be cool. Sunrise. There are the clouds. Oh, I just freaked out up there. All right. We're not messing around here. All right, let's go to intermission real quick. I'm going to relog. I'm going to turn the clouds off and get better views of things. All right. Cloud's gone. And Chunks reloaded. Yeah, Izzy the intermission chicken. She's been around for a while. This thing really keeps going, though. It really, really keeps going. I've never been on top of that one. I've never been on top of that one. I don't know how to get over there, like, in a reasonable manner. Alright. Let's go down. Last video I watched was the one where you said you were finishing up college. How did it go? Well, I graduated. Now I'm doing this full time. Also kind of looking for work. But we'll see how that turns out. I'm trying to make this into a full-time thing, upload more consistently, make better, content, that kind of stuff. But we'll see where that goes. I told you guys, this is a one-way trip. It's like going to Mars. Oh, thank you, Forrest, so much. Logging off for the evening, have a good rest of the stream. I will. It's going to end, I think, at 9. I'm going to call it good at 9. Because I got to eat. I'm hungry. I got to have tea tonight. Well, thank you so much, though. You guys have been exceptionally generous today, and I really didn't expect that at all. And it really means a lot because I'm not going to go off about my financial situation, but I'm trying to save money. Anyway, let me tell you something about myself. I don't think I've ever said this. I graduated university debt-free. Okay, I was very lucky. The reason I graduated debt-free, I never got a single scholarship. Not one. Not one that I ever applied for. I got no scholarships. The reason I'm debt-free is because I worked since I was 14. I've held a job since I was 14. And I saved that money. I never really splurged on anything. When I got a little older, I realized I could buy food that I liked. But other than that, I didn't really splurge on anything. And I lived with my parents when I was a kid, right? So I didn't have a ton of expenses. So I was able to save all that money. I worked since I was 14. It was just, since I quit my job to do this, it's so weird. I feel so unmoored because I've always worked, I feel like. For over 10 years I've been working. No, for 9 years. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway. So because of that, I was able to pay off, I didn't have to take out any loans. I was very lucky. But I'm totally, completely broke after that. It was the last semester I could have possibly paid for. When I end up going live again, I hope sometime again this month. I can't do it from where I normally record my videos from. The internet's just not good enough. Like I'm staying with my girlfriend at the moment. And I had to move all my setup over here. Alright, we're entering underneath the monolith. This is very cool. Look at this. Holes in the earth. Why? I don't know. I kind of wonder if the entire bedrock layer was pushed down one block on accident. That might explain some of it. No, there's water underneath here, but the thing is, if I were to break any of this ice, it would be near impossible to get it to generate again because it needs sky access. So this ice is being conserved. Ice conservation zone. There should be a mod beta that adds these. There may very well be. So, one thing, at least here, that I noticed, I haven't noticed it with the other monolith I've been to. Dungeons love to generate on the edges of these things. It's very cool. Yeah, if I were to describe anything as liminal, it would be underneath here. Absolutely. But I don't really like to throw that word around. I think it's overused. Heckin' liminal, hell yeah. Ice skating rink. I wanted to put a research station under here because it's so different, right? It's so different. And this is before, I think, the fog, or the, the far away, would go dark when you were in a dark spot. Either that or it's something to do with the mods that I have. But, it's bright. It's bright underneath here. So it's not just a dark cave. So again, you don't get this view anywhere. Oh my gosh. It's a nothing spawner. Oh, I left some buckets in here. Okay, I'll take those, I suppose. Probably just didn't see them as a priority. But I got all the the mossy stone. I'd be impressed if you could recreate one of those in your world. I wonder how it worked with the Lord of the Rings style area. The monolith could be like the elves area, the underground area could be dwarven. See, I want to have a dwarven area. I've never thought about doing an elven area, but that would be very cool. You know what would be cool to build? Rivendell is like an obvious choice for a lot of people, but I think Lothlorien would be very neat. First, I need to make those giant trees, but oh man, would that be worth it? I've never thought about that till right now. Lothlorien. That'd be so hard to pull off. No. It's music. It's because I restarted my game. And my settings reset. Oh well. How about the Lake City I've tried? It's fun. Yeah. Probably an easier one to do. I built Orthanc. I actually believe I've built the tallest Orthanc ever. I've never seen anyone build anything taller than me. I'm gonna hold on to that record, But it's on my modern Minecraft world. And I have a tour on that world on my other channel because I figured it was necessary and I was proud of it. It's made of stone. Maybe I didn't get the slope of it right, but I think the detail, it's the most detailed one I've ever seen. It's the tallest one I've ever seen. I had to wait for the height extension in update 118 to finish it because I was so freaking tall. I had to wait 6 months to finish that thing. Look at how this water looks. Isn't that weird? It's like ghost water. It's not even like blue. So strange. I have a seed for this world? For this one, yeah. I'm pretty sure I shared the seed in the Monolith MP4 video that I made on the other channel. I'm fairly certain I shared it. And if not, it's in my Reddit history. Thanks, Monster. Enjoy your stay in Canada. Thank you so much for the $5, Jarrell42. Yeah, the stream is about to end. I'm going to do a spectacular swan dive. But thank you very much. Once I get out of here, right? I am enjoying my stay in Canada, by the way. I'm just not a city kid. But the nature's gorgeous here. I really want to go to Mont Tremblant National Park soon. Soonish. Dang, all these buckets. There's one right here, too. I don't even remember what these are. Spectacular swan. Heck yeah. I wonder where this is. You guys understand, though. It's huge. It's gigantic. It'd be hard for me to go around this whole thing. Pretty sure this is... Yeah, okay. This is almost directly behind... Yep, right there. Because it just keeps going. That one's bigger than this one, I think. Where are you? I'm in Montreal. How did you get so good at talking? I want to start an alpha channel, but I'm... I don't have a pick. Oh no. Oh no. Oh gosh. Oh man. Oh god, oh man. Oh god, oh man. Yeah. Alright. I have a lot of empty buckets. Mont Tremblant? I know, but I'm English. You have to forgive me. Cliffhanger for the end of the stream, no kidding. I am gonna mine the dirt, but I have to, you know, I don't know. Was there dirt down? There probably was, wasn't there? I don't know. It's not like it's that slow to mine stone with your fists. Sadaical April Fool's video all over again. What did he do for April Fool's? I don't remember. Oh god, oh man, alright. Well, you guys got some cool views, I think. Hey, Cold Soup. Are you kidding me? Alright, I need to pay attention. I keep looking over at chat. Pickaxes should be late game. Oh, yeah, that one. Okay, alright. Here's the thing about this area. This area has terrible mining. It's a negative coordinates, I'm fairly certain. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. So the ore will be pretty bad. Definitely not the first monster rage. Square hole claims another. Wait, okay, let's go over here first, because this is a cool area I haven't shown off yet. Before I end the stream. Oh, I forgot. My armor. I gotta take it off if I really want to take full damage, huh? Yeah, thank you for showing up, Runkle Dunkle. Thank you for the membership and everything. Look at this erosion patch. It's so huge. Double negative on the monolith, absolutely. Can I melee this skeleton? Oh, maybe, but not two skeletons. The trick is to make them fight each other, and then they'll just be like distracted while you run away. But I think generally I'm faster than them. Alright. Fools. Oh, thank you so much, Super Dookie69. Nice name. For joining Stone Milk Oolong. I appreciate it. Yeah, membership helps me keep the channel sponsor free. I said this earlier. I don't know if all of you were here. I said it earlier. I just got reached out by another sponsor opportunity today. I haven't even rejected them yet. I was going to. I forgot to. That's kind of a habit. I mostly just ignore them. But no sponsors on the channel. You guys are helping me do that. Thank you much. This is a cool spot. It's worth it? Yeah, I think so. I think so. These pillars, you know? These are a very neat spot. This is a little tiny area right here. Thank you for not sponsoring Poison. You're welcome. Thank you for supporting the channel. This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. In a world, this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Download now, use my promo code. Join my clan. I'll see you in the battlefield. Okay. Oh! Alright. Raid bug spray? I used some of that earlier today. The monolith is like his own biome wrapping around a valley. I know. It's such amazing generation. I called it the Garden of Eden. It really is. You're protected. I mean, relatively. It's just so different. It's beautiful. I want a village down here. I want stuff on top. I wanted a dwarf area. I want this to be a tower. I want a bridge, like blocking this edge off or something. Very cool. You will eat slop, and you will enjoy watching the 500 video about some random MMORPG that you'll never play. Absolutely. Yeah. Use code Monster to do absolutely nothing. Alright. I think it's about to call this stream good, everybody. Let's see if I can fit all the buckets in here. I can't. I'll just drop them. They'll be here when I get back. Right. You guys have been a great audience, you know? Everyone has been very nice and supportive, and I certainly appreciate it. I'm about to eat some delicious spaghetti my girlfriend made. Oh man, she slow cooked it for hours. The sauce, it smells so good. I'm very excited. Yeah, she's an amazing cook. I really, I'm not kidding. I'm someone who really cares about food and cooking, and we both have that in common. I'm a good cook too, I think, but she's an amazing cook. The tea of the day. This morning I had Irish breakfast. I don't know what I'll have tonight. Probably just wait for tomorrow morning, have something else. Girlfriend's name is Princess Allison. I suppose it is. You should call her Princess Allison. Okay. Yeah. Alright, everyone. Well, oh, I forgot my armor. I'll just sacrifice it. Thank you so much for joining the stream and for watching the first one on this channel, or second one, technically. I really appreciated you guys. You've been way more generous than I ever expected, and it really does help. And, you know, if you're interested in joining the membership, you can watch unedited versions of my videos, or less edited versions of my videos. You know, if you like that kind of thing, they're usually 2 to 3 times longer than the normal ones. But you're not really missing out on any content. I don't really want to be a content paywaller. But if you like the kind of thing, I would appreciate it, for sure. Keep sponsors off. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sure most of you already are. You know, I've been Monster. And have a good night.